Hello again, friends! And you are our friends. Welcome to D&M Sports Break number 217. That's right, we're still doing it. We haven't stopped. We've got fun in store today, as per the usual. And check it out, we already got a whole bunch. Dana, Michael, Hunter, Fredgie, Chris, welcome to everybody. As per the usual, we'll vamp here for a couple minutes just while we get all set up. Maybe get that little side camera in a bit of a better spot, just like that. There you go. We've got a pair of 24-25 Stature, a 23-24 Spagoo. We've got the CDD exclusive Black Diamond 25-26. Allure and artifacts from 25-26 as well. So plenty of fun to be had there. As per the usual, people are putting down numbers. Why would they do such a thing, you ask? Well, let me answer that for you. Because if we can pull a card that has a short printed number on it, you will win a prize. So for example, we pull a card number 66 out of 99. Chris would win a prize. The only thing that has to be done, you must like this feed. You have to give me a like. You gotta hit that little heart, a haha, an angry face, a care, a sad. I don't care. I am very vain and I need your attention. So if you want a prize, it's a two-way street, everybody. So you give me, you hook me up. We have one trade to announce. Chris McCulley hates the Maple Leafs so much that he got rid of them to Hunter for the Carolina Hurricanes. So that was the only trade that I saw go through. Aside from that, I want to take a very, very quick moment. We're toying around with a couple different ideas for the breaks, and that includes this break. Not what if we just like your attitude? Well, then I guess you love me regardless, Dale. That includes potentially doing a second break every week. So the thought is that it would be a smaller break. We're not going to touch the Sunday breaks. That stays the exact same. So stay tuned for that. I'm also working on, I'll say maybe a little bit of a loyalty system, for a lack of a better term. So like right now, Mario, Trevor, Chris, Dale, Fredgie, Scott, Alex, and Matt. You guys take spots every single week. You're already on the sheet. You're already in there. You don't even have to tell me I'm in for 3, I'm in for 2, that type of thing. I'm going to start working on a way to, I'll say, kind of give a reward every now and again to my subscribers, for a lack of a better term, which is kind of how I look at it a little bit. So I want to say I really appreciate you guys beyond belief. It is so nice to be able to come into a break and already have a set amount of spots already done, and you guys are always right on the ball with such an excellent attitude, except for Dale. But I appreciate you guys, and stay tuned, because we'll be trying to do a few different things, I'll say, as time goes by. As time goes by. But yeah, stay tuned. Big things popping, little things stopping, and already my spiel has worked as I take out my Sharpie and put Hunter down for 2 spots. So Hunter, you are in for 2. We'll talk about next week's break in a little bit. Until then, we may as well dive right into things with Allure. Very alluring, isn't it? Allure is a very definitive product, if you will. We have Barkey's number 16, or T-Law's 16, if you will, for you superstitious folks. Allure has one guarantee. It is either one auto or a doubloons. They have, of course, different case hits and such, like your 16-bit cards that we're looking for. You'll get a pretty good idea of what the shtick, for a lack of a better term, is with the Allure here as we go. What up, Cause? Welcome into the break. Julien's here, and Mark. The Dog Pound. Hello, Mr. Pound. Jeff, Marcel. Trevor. That's for you. And what a thought it was. So, a little bit of we're starting to do the turn, right? We're 25-26. So we're starting to get more and more of the 25-26 products coming here, of course. Give you an idea of the base cards that are quite gorgeous. Reminds you a little bit of O-Pee-Chee Platinum and the such. So you get a little bit of that rainbowy shine to them. Batherson, there's a sophomore Celebrini. We have our first rookie being Alexander Nikishin. What's up, Trev? We got Zach Werenski that's there. There is your flashy forwards featuring Philip Forsberg. The Allure is always quite beautiful because it does have the feel of Platinum. Right, they're very kind of those bigger cards, I'll say, in terms of not like a 75 point, but definitely not like a cardboard type of card. There's your first color flow, rookie Axel Sandin Palika. The color flow is easy enough. There are 5 color flows you can get of random rarity. I shouldn't say random, but of different rarities. Usually the darker the color, the harder it is to get, but literally the color flow lines up right across the board. Logan Cooley is going to be your back card, and Dylan Holloway your last base. So your stuff is going to be right in the middle. 8 packs, so it'll be a relatively quicker rip this time. So we'll have a little bit more time on the statures and such. Anyone else not even remotely say, well, the Super Bowl team is going to be a very boring game? Yeah. Everybody sort of assumed Josh Allen was going to get into the Super Bowl. I know it's Bob. I'm not trying to focus on him. Yes, I am. But is there any reality New England wins? Ville Koivunen, going to be your rookie with Pittsburgh. Joey Decord is here. That is going to be your Red Rainbow Parallel. Think of it just like a subset card. Color Flow is back yet again, this time Charlie Mack in Boston, who I would have to assume is going to be the next captain of that team. There is yet again another flashy forward, this time with Matchbox 20. We got Robert Thomas. There's your blue parallel opposed to the orange one that was Forsberg. Then Brady Skygy and Wyatt Johnston. As we continue. Kaneki. The grade 8, Hunter Brustewitz. Jeremy Swayman, that is going to be your black. Bloom. Black Rainbow. Color Flow for Robo. Artem Leshunov. Hughes next. Get it? Hughes. Color Hughes. Because it's Allure and I love Hughes. But that will be a rookie for Leshunov, Coronado, and Cale McCarr coming up the rear. Yeah, I'm more disappointed the football's done. All right? Like, you got one more game Sunday night, and then that's it. We all kind of move on until next year. That's the more disappointing part to me, Dale. But I'm not going to mind the game there. Has to be him or pass, but Zadorov quickly becoming a fan favorite. I can appreciate that. Zadorov's not going to be your captain, of course. Pasternak doesn't seem to really want the captaincy. It kind of feels like a Ranger situation where maybe, like, Trocheck was the obvious choice, but he didn't really want it seemed. But, yes, I agree. It's going to be Pass or McAvoy. Shane O'Wright, and we got Shesterkin. Let's get a little bit of focus on the old Shesterk. The Shesterkian one. Jacob Alonson just got into a scrap a few days ago. I've had quite a bit of demand for the Haligonium. Matthew Wood, your orange rookie. Hughes next with Macklin, so it's a sophomore card for Celebrini. Quick peekaroo there at the back. Kent Johnson is going to be your next color flow. That is going to be the orange-yellow, and then Nick Suzuki and Bo Horvat. Nothing too wild there just yet. I will say the blasters have been treating people quite well. We had someone pull a short print Schaefer out of a blaster in store. So that definitely gives you a shot at some of those numbered cards, or it's just harder to find ones. And you're right, Hunter. Baseball is back pretty soon. Yeah, Dale, you kind of read my mind, or you mean a Dodger 3P. The problem with baseball is that they don't want a salary cap. The bottom half of the league that gets the revenue sharing, the Miami Marlins of the league, they don't care about winning. If they just show up, they get paid handsomely. So why would they even want a cap on it? That means that they actually have to participate and compete. McTavish and Owen Tippett. Skylar Brindamore is going to be your base rook. Yes, he is son of the other Brindamore. Jack Williams, your Black Rainbow. Black Rainbows. And there's a beautiful Black Rainbow, Matthew Schaefer, rookie. Don't know what that goes for, but I think that there's an argument that you made at least half of your break money back right off that one card. Who's got the Islanders? Number 15, Donnie. Donnie, you got the Isle, my friend. And pretty good break to have the Islanders, considering we have Artifacts and Black Diamond to come. We actually, real quick, I'll finish off the pack. Leshunov is your color flow. Troch and Warren Fogle are the base. We actually had... you think he's going to get Rookie of the Year, Dale, over Seneca? I don't know. That's a hot take right there. We had someone buy a Black Diamond CDD yesterday, open it in store. He pulled the Band of Colors Schaefer. So we put that on our Facebook page. Actually, it was on Friday, my apologies, but we posted that yesterday, and that is a $1,000 card right on its own. We pulled Band of Colors before. We pulled Crosby and Eichel and that type of thing, but yeah, it was a stunning card. Number 7 of 26. Anita Miro. Miro, former Seattle Thunderbird Shea Theodore, Gabe Perreault, your base rookie with the Rags, and Tage Thompson. Looks like your first numbered card, if I had to guess, and I am wrong. So that is just the orange slice, not specifically one of the numbered ones. Still a very beautiful texture to it, and once again, very O-Pee-Chee Platinum-esque. Lucas Dostal is going to be your color flow, your red-orange, and we have Adrian Kempe. Is that the glitter bomb? It is indeed. 134, the number we're looking for. If anybody out there has guessed number 134, you'll win 2 prizes. Why? Because I'm confident nobody guessed 134. But that is a numbered card for LA. Darlene and Kempe, yet again, are the base. No hit yet. Where's Panarin going, he says. The rumor, apparently, and he's not going. He wants to go to Florida pretty bad. Apparently is where he really wants to go, which, I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you want to go to Florida? I kind of think the Panthers are in that mode, though. Like, you got to know when to hold and when to fold, and there's just so many injuries to that team that their bottom half is just the AHL roster. So I don't think you try to make a move, plus you get the salary cap. I just hope Panarin goes out west. Go back to Chicago and just get him out of here, and just everything's all good. 1 + 3 = 4. Anyone choose 4. This guy and his friggin' math. Jack Eichel, Matthew Barzal, Frederick Brunette, a rookie with Boston, Ozzy Weisblatt. There's a 25-26 name of the year candidate. There's your black rookie for old Ozzy Weisblatt. Michael, I was off by 100. You're in range, buddy. Jimmy Snuggerud. So there's a color flow. There's a decent hit on that end. Quinnigan is going to be your gold glitter. Quinn Hughes, 37, the number we're looking for. If you have number 37, you can come up and collect your prize. Pavel Dorofeyev and Willy Nilly are the base. And there better be an auto or a doubloons card in this pack. Concern it. Chris Letang, Nazem Kadri, Adar Suniev. Sounds like a Star Wars character. Adar. Black Rainbow is Alex Tuck. Flashy forwards with Jack Hughes. And there is your auto, and it is an excellent one as well. We'll go the base real quick. Cam Talbot and Morgan Geekie. But if you have Pittsburgh, you have a gorgeous Chris Letang auto, the Red Rainbow auto, if you will, coming home with you. So Chris Letang, a multiple-time Stanley Cup champion. Pittsburgh belongs to Curtis. Curtis, félicitations. You're on the board with the first auto of the night. There will be plenty more to come. I'd like to get a little bit more focus on that. At least you got a guy who actually takes his time on his autograph. But there you go. It's gorgeous. Out of some of the options that are there when it comes to autos and that type of thing, I think you take Chris Letang every time you can. So there's that. I am going to take a quick... no, it's not Miller time, but it's close enough. Oh, delicious. And once again, I'd like to mention, if you want your drink sponsored on D&M Sport Break, send me an email. Artifacts. Nice to have Artifacts back. Artifacts is always a favorite for quite a few people. It was gone for a while. We had an opportunity to bring a few products back at that kind of regular price, and it has been quite popular as per the usual, of course. And fair warning for any of you folks out there, sound like you're doing a Budweiser commercial. Well, I said it wasn't Miller time, Dale, so doesn't mean it's not Bud time. I just need those 3 frogs, toads, whatever. If you're a fan of products like SPX and the 2425 O-Pee-Chee, I know the new one has come out, now's your time to get in on it because those products will not be here much longer. As just a heads up. They have been going like wildfire, and the weekends have been incredibly busy here, which is a great problem to have. So it has been quite wild. Chris McCulley, that's for you. I even clipped the ceiling just for you, so if Mike gets mad, tell him that he's got to push our trades through a little bit quicker, and we'll lay off of his ceiling. Da-da, da-da. Here we go. Kind of like Pepsi taking Coke's Bear for their new commercial. Did they really? Is that a thing? Or did you just make that up? I believe you. Oh, very, very quickly, before we get too far, Artifacts is full of redemptions. The redemptions will either be a wild card or they'll be team specific. If they're team specific, you'll see a big team logo right on it. Obviously, that goes to the person who has that team. If you have Dallas and there's a Stars logo, it's a Dallas card. If it's a regular wild card or no indication of who the player would be, it will be raffled off at the end of this break. We will be giving away a free spot for next week, so if you have at least one spot in this week's break, you'll have a chance to win the freebie for next week, valued at 75 bones. And sup Levy, and welcome into the break. I'm Brent. Yeah, that easy. So if we pull that card, just keep that in mind. But the Artifacts is typically very full of redemptions. Jacob Slavin and Roman Josi, your 2 back base cards. Philip Forsberg's up front. Mark Catcomb. Gat. Out of only 999 is 564 of 999. Had 8 goals in 39 games as a youngster last year, so not too shabby. Another hit for Donnie when it comes to the Islanders. We continue. Again, we'll get rid of the back card, which is Brian Rust. Chandler Stevenson. There's your Celebrini. Hopefully we can continue that into the Stature. And Rasmus Dahlin is going to be your Ruby Red. And it is 356. If you have number 356, you'll win 3 prizes, because I'm convinced nobody has 356. Out of only 599. Fun fact, Rasmus Dahlin, the first card in the set, number 1. Why? Who knows? Laffy and JT Compher. Jamie Drysdale, your base, and Seth Jarvis. Jarvis will be out of 699. It is number 453 of 699. Same idea. If you have 453, a whole bunch of prizes coming to you. I bet nobody has guessed that. Last pack on this side. We got Travis Sanheim, DeBrincat, Jake DeBrusk, and the Breadman. Man, we just talked about Artemi Panarin. That is out of only 99. It's number 85 of 99. If you have number 85, you know what to do. But a beautiful short print for the Breadman. And I think it was Chris earlier who said that he thinks that he should go to San Jose, or that he will go to San Jose. I adore that idea, to be honest with you. I still think him going back to Chicago makes the most sense, but he may not want to do that. Just, maybe he wants a new change. Timmy Stew in the back. But Panarin apparently wants a contract pretty much till he's 40. So at the end of the day, whoever takes him, he wants to be there long term. He doesn't want to have to move again. And we'll see. But again, hopefully he goes out west somewhere. We do have a thick card here to show. So with only 3 base cards because of the thicker one, we'll have our first real hit of the box. Granted, cards out of 99 are certainly nice, but Black Bucket number 7. I know that kid. It's Bradles. Double swatch with black. 53 of 199. 53 of 199. And there's your black. So boom, that's a hit for Ottawa. If you have number 53, you've won a prize. And Ottawa belongs to number 18, which is Alex. So Alex, congrats on the swatch for Brady Tkachuk. 3 packs here to go for the facts. I think he's going to Tampa or Columbus. I don't know about Tampa. Tampa seems like they don't have the cap room for that, I would assume. I don't know that for sure. Do you really think he wants to go back to Columbus? Or stay away from Columbus? Adam Fox, first base. There's Dale's favorite, Nikita Zadorov. Oh, now that is cool. Tuukka Rask. Gold material, 23 of 99. An absolute legend in Tuukka Rask. We actually have his Young Gun packs for sale. Tuukka was in the same series as Jonathan Toews, so if you'd like your chance at a Tuukka Rask Young Gun, come on into D&M Sports today and we'll fix you up. But that is awfully cool to go back a little bit and see Tuukka Rask, so there you go. You gotta love having the legends, right? Obviously Dale enjoys it, being a Bruin fan for sure, but that's at a 99 as well. So Boston, number 24, that is Curtis again. So Curtis, you have now a hit with the Brew Crew. Max Domi and Tero Teravainen, your 2 back at base. We have the Nuge, and there's exactly what I was talking about when it comes to the wild card. Dale says, how much are they? I believe, I'm going to guess slightly. I think they're $18.99, maybe $16.99. They are hobby packs, so that you're asking about. So red 235. You never know with these, right? Some people, like, you'll get the ones that have a number on them, and the number, they like, oh, that corresponds to the draft pick. Not always, right? I always say Slavkovsky was number 2, even though he was the first pick. So you don't know. So we will raffle that off. If you were involved in the break, including the free spot, you will have a chance at the wild card. Once again, we'll do a quick 30-second commercial to plug next week's break here in a little bit. And when we do that, we'll kind of give a brief explanation of how we're gonna find a new home for that card. This is the final pack here, by the way. We have Josh Morrissey, Hampus Lindholm, Lucas Raymond, and finally Rory Cairns. Rory Cairns with a nice clear cut. The clear cut not specifically numbered, but certainly a tougher hit. My camera absolutely hates that because it doesn't know what to focus on because it keeps looking through the card. But there's a quick peek at the back. And there is your look at the front. So a hit for the Calgary Flames. Is his young gun card in the Leafs or Bruins jersey? That's actually a good question, Dale. I think it was a Bruins jersey. I don't really... Well, frig it. Why not? Why don't we do the whole thing now? So we'll head on into Spagoo here in just a moment. Tuukka Rask, Young Guns. Tuukka. He is in a Boston jersey. As I try to show you. Ta-da! So there's your Tuukka. There's your Tuukka idea. And I will show you all real quick. So next week's break is lined up. We are going to do not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 24-25 clear cut. We're going to do Ice, Metal, and Artifacts is back, and then Premier, affectionately known as the Baby Cup, will be the big boy there. So that will be next week's break that is lined up. If there are ever products or things that you guys want to see in the break, please let me know. These breaks are all for you. I have no real, sure, I may be the break master, if you will, but I don't care what we open. If you guys all want to do a case of O-Pee-Chee, like, sure. Like, I'll do whatever. So if there's ever products you're like, oh, man, they're doing that one, or, oh, I really wish that they did this again, just reach out or tell me in the comment or any of that stuff. I would love to make sure that we can make things a little bit more tailor-made to you guys. So, we're now into the more beefy stuff. I like the icon boxes. All right, well, there you go. If there's any spot left next week, put me down for one. Okay, Julien, I will jot you down. Julien. I'll write that down, Dale. If you're a fan of the icons, we can definitely look at trying to bring those back in. The icon ones are nice with multiple autos and such. Jack is going to go in for 2 as well. Okay. Excellent. Appreciate all your guys' support. Ba-boom. So Spagoo, box number 5 for you superstitious folks out there. 1 pack, only 6 cards. Spagoo is very, very unique. Andrew wants 2 as well. I adore you guys. Look at that. Andrew. And 2. Perfect. If anybody else wants in, let me know. Was cleaning up and found a 2002 Sports perfect time. There you go. And the Bruins Centennial. That'd be a hell of a break. Just do the Bruins Centennial stuff. The Blackhawks Centennial or whatever. And Vince loves me. And we love you too, Vince. Thank you, buddy. So Spagoo is very unique in a good way. Typically, any time that you get one of those main hits, it's actually going to be directly from the Winter Classic. It's going to be from the All-Star Game, the Skills Comp, the Stanley Cup, that type of thing. Also, this is where you can find the draft day mark. So this is where you can make the letterman that all the players they signed, only 35 of each letter. We were joking the other day for a poor guy like a Muka Madulin or that type of thing, how the hell you'd put that together. But Brent, I have considered that. What a break would be with nothing but clear cut. We could easily do that. The fear would be similar to the cup. You're going to go into it knowing that some people are going to get stumped. Right? If you did like a 15 box inner, you might be a little over 75 spot. But that is why we're going to do 5 next week. So we're going to kind of see how that works. We've done 5 before, and it has been successful, but you never know. And yes, Michael is correct. You get the 101 block printing plate for Dustin Wolf from Opeachy from our Halley store. And we're pretty stoked to see that he found that one. I did see someone post a Bedard card from the Blackhawks Centennial box. That was someone different, Dale, so we don't talk about that. We talk about Michael, who got his cards from D&M Sports, of course. Speaking of, Dale, that's for you. All right. Spugoo. There's your sneak peek. One very thick card there in the middle. A couple other kind of 75 points, it seems, in there. Open them up from the back so we're not spoiling. But once again, folks, please, I want to know all of your ideas. If you have an idea of, oh, I love this product, I'm not a fan of this product, we should do this different, it's been a while since we did that, etc., 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 please reach out. Once again, these breaks are all for you guys, so we want to make sure we can make them tailor-made as we can. Raymond Bork, the man who's been in Moncton quite often. Matt, clear cut. The clear cut are 2 inners and a master case, so the inners are 15 boxes each, meaning that a master case of clear cut will be 30 boxes. Ray Bork, one of the best defensemen to ever lace him up. Had that Stanley Cup right at the tail end of his career. May not have been in Boston, but that's everybody knows that Raymond is a Bostonian player. Tyson Forrester, a little bit of a throwback, 159 to 499. By the way, 114 was the number for Ray Bork. Oddly numbered at a 263. We're not going to ask why, but we got Tyson Forrester. That is a rookie card for Forrester as well. Keep in mind we are 23-24. That is quite nice. So there you go. This is a perfect example of what we're talking about. So All-Star Skills Duels for Pettersson. 24-35, you have number 24, you have won a prize, so congratulations. We're going to take a better look at this one and put Forrester over top to hide it. And when we take a look, you receive a trading card with Elias Pettersson event use hockey memorabilia certified of the Upper Deck Company is being used in the 2023 NHL All-Star Skills Competition. That is why I adore these cards, because you know this was worn in the Skills Comp. You can directly, at that time, that's when he wore it. It's not just, oh, it's game used, but you don't know what period or game or whenever it was done. That you can directly put to it. Pretty massive hit for Vancouver. That's number 7. That is Trevor. So Trevor is on the board with a gorgeous double patch for Pettersson. Yeah. Chris, we think of the good times. Hunter, so you say, would there be enough interest in a small baseball break? The curse of this right now, Top sucks. I'm just going to say it. Since I got bought by Fanatics, it's almost impossible to get product. It's one of those things where I could only get so upset when it's BC to Newfoundland, as I'm fond of saying. It's not like they're picking on me. But I can't get enough product to even really want to do a break because I can barely get enough product to even put on my shelf. The other piece is, excuse me, exactly what you say. Is there enough interest? There's always a little bit of that. So stay tuned. I would love to do that. I've had more push for a football break. The curse there is that it's incredibly expensive. But if Tops can kind of get their poop in a group, we'll certainly look at trying to do different breaks for different sports. I've considered Pokemon. I may start doing a Pokemon break. You do it by letter or that type of thing, or even just do it by type, and you do a booster box or whatever. But if you got any Poke fanatics out there, you let me know. See, that's what I mean, Dale. Football break, it's going to be... You do one hobby box of Absolute, and that is more expensive than 2 boxes of Premier. And that's 1 box of Absolute, right? So, yeah. Cole Perfetti, your Swatch hiding there behind him. There's a kid that needs to get his life together. He signed that nice bridge deal contract, and it's just... Granted, Winnipeg's a bit of a mess, but it just doesn't seem to be working out. Do a break of all different products. So, do you mean different sports? Because that'd be a wild one. Should do something like Goodwin Champions. The thing with, I guess, just doing the different products or what have you, if we were to do something like a football break, I would need the buy-in ahead of time. You know what I mean? Like, we'd plan it in, like, 4 weeks, and people would have to start, like, taking spots and that type of thing, because the last thing you want to do is start to run a break, fill 18 teams, and then you're stuck after that. The other thing, Levi, would be how do you do the team random? So, letter is always one of the more popular ways to go. Like, you go A, B, C, D, and you have the first letter of the last name. That's how you would do, like, a Team Canada break or that type of thing, typically. But everything is on the table, especially if we're going to maybe look at doing a second break every week. So stay tuned. But continue with the ideas, because I do love them. Joe Pavelski, deep cuts. Number 6. Number 6 seems obtainable for somebody out there. The deep cut cards are very neat. I'll show you really quick as we hide that. Obviously, they're cut. There's your peekaroo there at the back. Very sharp. There we go. Baboosh. And finally, Seth Jarvis. And once again, fabrics from the Stadium series. So there you are, with yet again another connection to being said, in the Stadium series, he wore this jersey, which I'm quite a bit of a fan of. No auto in that box, which is not crazy. It's not a guaranteed auto. The Pedersen, quite nice. The deep cuts, like very beautiful cards, but unfortunately no Letterman. So box number 5 arguably let us down a little bit there as well. We will go into Stature Town, and then we will do our Black Diamond CDD. Levy wants in for one next week. You got it. But I guess the question, too, would you have any interest in a second break? When would you want it? In terms of every Tuesday, every second Tuesday, that type of thing. It would be a cheaper buy-in and a little bit more value. By more value, I mean the thought is maybe $40 for a team or like $100 for 3. And then you do like a Series 1, a Series 2, an Artifacts, and like a Stature or 2. Like something like that where you kind of have enough time for it, but it allows people to have a different kind of pivot to it. So if you ever have any sort of ideas like that, again, the breaks are for you guys. So I want to make sure that we can fill the need. So 2 Stature to go. Only 5 cards. It's a double year, 23-24 and 24-25. Only 5 cards. Excuse me. Sometimes you will get 6. 1 auto per box. 1 out of 3 boxes will have a patch auto, and this box feels like it's like bursting at the seams. So hopefully we can get that. Basically like a Young Gun break. Yeah, I mean a little bit of that, Hunter. Like the main thing. When I think value, when we do these type of breaks, there's enough money going into them that we can ignore like the Series 1s. Like, sure, we'll do a blaster every now and again, try to find a Celebrini, like a little top-up. But for the most part, we try to focus on the big stuff, right? We do 2 or 3 boxes, multiple packs, and then we go with the big boys. I usually kind of have always a 3-headed dragon in mind as to what the big breaks would be. The middle breaks would be a little bit more affordable. You want to make sure everybody gets something out of it. A little bit extra discount for 3 teams, being at 100 and then 40 for a team. But same idea. It would probably be like a 1 and a 2, a box of ice, and then you could do a premier. Like you do kind of like one main push, but for the most part, you're going to be doing your Series 1s, your flagships, maybe your artifacts, your medals, whatever. But send me info after I came. Oh, okay, no worries, Scott. It's all just a germ of an idea right now, so make sure you stay tuned. But Scott, you're here, so this is for you. Here's your statue. I don't know if there's a thick one in there or not. It certainly felt like it. The prophecy was foretold. So we do have a patch auto, and once again, it is a dual year. So only 50 cards or 50 players for each year represented. Would this be every week? That would be the hope, Scott. That would be the hope. And Dale, I've thought of that too, working on another in-store break. Would you guys want to do an in-store break that would just be either multiple products or a lot of stuff? Like not so much like a case break, but actually do like a whole bunch of different things and just do more in-store events? The other thing, Scott, is that it doesn't have to be every week. We could maybe do it every 2 weeks, every 3 or whatever. Part of the in-store break stuff is that there is quite a bit of, I'll say, extra work that has to be done, just because then you're opened up after hours and hosting and that type of thing. But if there is interest, I have zero issue with that. Okay, let's get to our Stature. Enough ranting. We're talking a lot because it's a bit of a quicker break. We try to take an hour anyway, so we're already still making great time. Behind Jared McCann is going to be Simon Nemec. That is a former second overall pick, number 31 of 999. So if you have the Devils, he goes with you. I am going to hide the patch auto, take it with me, and put it on top right there. While Willie will keep an eye on it while we look at the final two cards, and then we'll take a look at the patch auto. Simon Edvinsson, hotshot defenseman with the Wings, 176 of 199. 178. I'm sure that affected some bar bets out there. 178. And behind that, Samuel Honzek, 62 of 249. So 62, 178, and 31 are the numbers that we're looking for prizes. So here we are. Oh, here we go. It is now time for the hit. We can do it at Freddy's, and he can BBQ for everyone and have lots of beer on ice for us all. Dale, once again, just looking for a free ride. That black is quite interesting. I don't know how short printed this is going to be, but black is usually reserved for like the super duper short print. So, and that I'm going to try to guess based off of the design at the top. Odds are very good that this is a 24-25. What up, Brad? Welcome into the break. So it looks like a 24-25. Ah, we're going to Smashville. That's gorgeous. No auto, which is actually quite surprising. I wonder if, not even marked as an auto on there. So premium purple, still an absolutely stunner. That goes to Mario. Mario C, let's keep it clean. That patch is just stunning. For a multiple-time Stanley Cup champion, Steven Stamkos. Surely to God, somebody out there guessed the number 1. It's the easiest, most common number to get. So if you have number 1, you know what to do. It'd be one thing if the COA said auto, but it doesn't. This is the way that she should be. But quite a lot better than, let's say, a Jared McCann auto to get a nice stammer short printed out of only 3. So that is actually quite nice. And I really adore how it pops right out. Like that blue kind of tucked away in the top left, but you see kind of the texture there of itself. So congrats to you, Mario. That is an absolute stunner. First, I was thinking it'd be Philip Forsberg, but I think Stammer is a better name to get overall. Oh yeah, Hunter, you're right. Dana. Prize. There we go. All right, that was 1. Here comes 2. Box 61 for all you fancy people. We'll go home with our black diamond after that. Might get lucky enough again. Fredgie! That's for you. Alright. Ho ho ho, patch auto number 2. I take that back. Patch number 2. Hopefully an auto. I'm quite surprised that there's no auto on that. UB kind of makes a point to say, again, I can't get too upset with that short of a print as a patch and whatever, but yeah. Oh, there's your head, Hunter. Mitch Marner base card. Right up your alley, buddy. Don't look now, Leaf fans. Some reason all the Leaf fans... There are a lot of Leaf fans that still love Marner. As they should, in my humble opinion. But the ones who can't stand him, I don't get it. I don't understand where the hate comes from. Behind Mitchie Marner is Connor Zary. That is 952. 952 is the number we're looking for to 999. Once again, I will pull the patch away, put it over to the side, and we have, well, we'll keep an eye. We have McJesus, 76 of 375. There we go. That's better. 76, so a nice short print McDavid, and local boy Bradley Nadeau. I didn't realize how much people love Bradley Nadeau, and I think part of it is that once a week somebody comes in and says that they know his family or that his kid played hockey with them or like that type of thing. When we made our post about the Cup RPA for Nadeau, just to kind of show off another hit that came out of the store, it had more love than the Celebrini printing plate out of the Cup. So, like, Bradley Nadeau is flipping, like, he is looked at. But Saint Francois de Mada, it always says Mada. I don't know if it's Madaka or Madasqua or what it is, but they had to cut off the city so long. And we'll now go into the patch here with Zari as your blanket. So, bonne chance, por favors. And with a similar design to that, it should be your 23 tis. So now the last one being a 24-25 card. Didn't necessarily matter having a veteran, but this one will be 23-24. So if you're looking for rookies on that end, this is your time. If you're looking for Celebrini, he ain't going to be here. So let's find out what we got here. That is gorgeous. Madawaska, thank you, Patrick. That is gorgeous. Matt Poitras is, Dale can correct me if I'm wrong, the top rookie in the Bruins system right now. I use the term rookie loosely. He's not a rookie as we speak, but you get what I mean. And there's an actual patch auto. One off of the bookend, number 34. If any of you Leaf fans couldn't help but take number 34, you know what to do. Beautiful coloring. Shows off Boston in a nutshell with black, white, and yellow. Beauty little auto up over the top. That is an absolute beautiful hit. Show a peek at the back. There you go. COA, the whole rigging. Auto patch green. But that is absolutely stunning. And two excellent boxes of Stature. Boston. Who had Boston? I already knew this, but Curtis. Curtis! You're cleaning up, buddy. That is an absolute, that's a stunner. So, boom. So let's see here. We'll put that there. Put that there. Put Chris over here so we can see him a little bit better. There you go. Yes, hit my number, says Michael. So, Michael, as long as you have liked this feed. So, Michael, also, I'll say be slightly patient because I know that you're a Halifax guy, like a Haligonium. Dale, we're not going to talk about your comment that you just made, so we're going to move on from that. So give it a little bit of time. The break cards usually arrive in Halifax on Wednesday, so I will send a small prize your way, but it will only arrive on Wednesday. So next time you're in the store, just let Warren or Scott know. They'll be happy to fix you up. All right. C, D, D, because I'm C, D, D. Black Diamond. 7 cards opposed to the regular 6 because we're looking for the exclusive Sapphire cards. I picked box number 82 rather because it is Jake's favorite number. So if this box is a dud, you know who to blame. It's not my fault. It's never my fault. 25-26, of course, is the year that we're looking for. And then that's it. Then we all go home and we enjoy the rest of the day. I like this break. It was a little bit quicker, but we got to take our time and hang out a little bit more, if you will. There's your winner. Typically, the next box flip will be between Alex and Matt. Matt, I think you're the only one here. Alex usually can't watch it till after. So, Alex, you get an honorable box flip, but this is for you, Matt. There you go. And maybe I'll throw the wrapper for you, Alex. You picked it, though. Downtown Dale Terry's trying to get me in trouble. Once again, it's never my fault. And you are welcome, Michael. No problem. There we go. Sneak peek. So definitely 2 thicker cards that are there. And for anybody not 100% sure, these boxes come directly from the Upper Deck Conference. So, Alex, this wrapper flip is for you. falls with a whimper instead of a thud. So when we were away at the Upper Deck Conference, this is the only place that you can buy the product. Between this and the MVP Silver that we opened last week, 2 weeks ago, one of the two. So we do have a few boxes of this in store. It's not very much different in terms of price from the regular Black Diamond, but it can definitely give you... Some people think that maybe you get better hits out of it. I don't know if it necessarily works like that, but you do get the extra card and you're looking for the Sapphire, of course. Roman Josi is going to be your first base card, 272 of 349. If you have 272, you know what to do. And off we go into Black Diamond down. And there's a beautiful one right off the hop. So Philip Gustafson, starter in Minnesota. They're actually talking about trading Wallstead, trying to get value out of him while he's still young, because Gus is really the guy there. It is number 18 of 99. If you have number 18, you have won a prize. We'll take, before we get into the real thick one, we'll take a really quick look at Gus. The man that Ottawa just let walk away for nothing. And that gets Minnesota on the board, and that is Trevor. So Trevor, you've hit beautiful Gus on that. Back to work. If you remember last week, we pulled a patch for Schaefer. Sells for like $300. Holy shnikey, I will swore. I literally just summoned that. I literally just summoned that out of nowhere. Wow. That was probably the closest I've come to like one of the big swears. Well, we did it again. There you go, Donnie. You have the Isle, my friend. So that goes beautiful with your Schaefer Black Rainbow rookie that's there in the back. And there you go. So those patches are worth about $300 on the bay. So once again, an absolute boomer. I can't believe that was literally right there. I swear to God, I didn't see that. I didn't see that or anything. And we'll take another look at that, of course. The gimmick with these, you collect all 9, and you basically put the puzzle together. It will make the big logo, of course. There's a quick peek there at the back. But to get a nice, massive, big Schaefer piece, that's a boomer and a half. So, congrats to you, Donnie. That is great. Is that the same guy that pulled Band of Color in? Not the same guy, but the Band of Color we got was Schaefer, if that's what you're asking. And look at that. I appreciate, look at all the positivity. Fredgy and Dale and Vince and Andrew and Michael and Brad and Tyler. You guys are awesome. Makes people feel good, right? You go out of your way, you put a little comment, wow, that's awesome, right? Great hit, Donnie. And then when you get a hit, it feels pretty good when people say that about you. We continue. Still 4 cards remaining, including one thick one behind our Roman Josi. Some more Weezy's box. We'll have a jumbo patch, yeah, no kidding. Devin Kaplan, your rookie gems with the Flyers. Once again, we'll take a little bit more of a look. That is your red and numbered out of only 100. Very fitting to get Lindros's 88 out of 100. If you have number 88, you have won a prize, so congrats. But Devin Kaplan will get the Flyers on the board. Might not be Mishkov, but a Mishkov in this product would be a second year anyway. And that is Dale, so Dale is now on the board with a Philly hit. Once again, Dylan Strome, that is a numbered card as well. 228 of 249. If you have number 228, you have won a prize. Dylan Strome, incredibly underrated in terms of what he does in Washington, I gotta say. He's looked at almost like a Bo Horvat. He's like an afterthought, but there's no reason for him to be that, if you know what I mean. But there's a hit for Washington. I'm going to save the thick card for the very last, so we'll go right to the back. I know that kid. It's Ivan Demidov. There you go. Who's he on Montreal? Demidov. Number 20 is Patrick. Patrick, you're on the board with Les Habitants de Montréal. That is a rookie card numbered out of only 99, number 27 of 99. And that is an absolute stunner for you, my friend. Baboom, born in very late 05. 27 of 99. Ideal cut rookies is absolutely correct. So beautiful Demidov. coming up with you, Patrick. And I would have to imagine that's got to be worth similar, if not your break spot, if I had to guess. We'll sneak them it off right there. And now we're into the final card, my friends. So once again, very quick repeat. Next week's break, if you want to get in on that with 5 clear cut and premier with a few other boxes, please let me know. We'd love to have you take part. I'm also searching for all of your feedback. Please let me know what you want to see in the breaks, how we can improve them, what we can do different. If you have any ideas for a second break, that type of thing. And Demi Patch auto for the last. You got that right, Patrick. Let's go. And we're going to give away a free spot for that break. So don't go too far. And we'll also figure out who's going to win that Artifacts wildcard. The video will go up in about 10 to 15 minutes after the stream is done. So don't go too far away from the page. Alright. With all that ranting and raving done, this is the final card. Best of luck, everyone. Look at that hair right off the hop. These are probably the exquisite cards. Let me get a little focus here. There we go. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Jealous of that hair. That's excellent. That's a fantastic way to finish off. 136, the number we're looking for. That was one time, Chris. Jeez. But former second, well, if I say former, like it could get taken away from him. Second overall pick, Michael Misa. There is your hit for San Jose. That goes to Alex. The exquisite cards are always absolutely gorgeous. They're a very thick 180-point card stock. They're only in the higher-end products, and they're sprinkled all around from like the Cup, Black Diamond Ice, that type of thing. But these draft day ones are typically specific to Black Diamond. So that is a Misa that goes up on the board. And just like that, my friends, we are now done. We had an absolutely phenomenal break here overall. It is almost impossible for me to pick 3 stars, but I will try my best. Third star of the night, I'm going to give to Stammer, the 1 of 3 triple color patch. Narrowly beating out the honorable mention Elias Pettersson, just being at a 35. Second star of the night has to be the Matty Poitras. 3 color, hard signed, rookie, out of 35. And we'll say one more, the Matthew Schaefer rookie team logo jumbo. Easily your first star of the night. And Dale, I know you were disappointed that there was no Matthew Tkachuk, so we'll go home just having him on screen just for you, my friend. We want to make sure everybody's happy and smiling. And Downtown Dale Traits, obviously very happy with that. It is numbered, Patrick. It is number 136 of 349. So 136 is the final one. Thank you guys for all the kind words. It is a thrill to be able to do this for all of you. I am incredibly blessed and thankful to even have the opportunity to be able to do this stuff. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy the week. Don't go too far because we'll give away that free spot and we'll figure out that wild card. And as always, until then, keep your stick on the ice.